Hello everyone. Today I'd like to share you a message from Hannah Hunt. You've probably heard that changing your thought will change your life. But although your thoughts have a lot of power, they are not enough on their own to change your life. Here is why. Everything we learn throughout our lives is imprinted through the projection and absorption of energy. We are receiving and imprinting information through emotion. Or, to put it another way, through emotion. I mean energy in motion. It's the energy behind we say, hear, see, and do that leaves the biggest imprint. We forget the things we only hear about. We remember the things we feel about. Think about it in terms of watching a movie or reading a novel. Some storylines really speak to you and you connect deeply with the characters. They stay with you for a while even after the movie or novel has ended. When you see the book or film trailer in the future, you will probably feel an echo of the same emotions you felt during your previous experience of it. Other stories leave you cold. You watch or read impulsively, and when it's over, you promptly forget about it. In fact, you may not even remember you've read the book or seen the movie if it comes across your path in a future. I use this example because it reminds me of a book I started reading a few years ago. The book started off really well. It engaged my attention and I was enthralled by the storyline. But as the author wove the plot deeper into the book, I began to have doubts. Although I liked the characters and the idea behind the story was great, it started to get a little far-fetched. I began to wonder how the character was going to get out of the predicament it created for himself. And then I turned a page and that was it for me. The author had literally written himself into a corner and the only way out was to invent a completely ridiculous escape. Something to do with a cat with a supernatural powers. I don't remember the details because at that point I threw the book down in frustration and disappointment. I will never forget that book. I can tell you what it was called, who wrote it, and how it ended. But I remember how I felt about it. I remember the part of the story. I reacted to, but I don't remember the rest. I connected with that story and it moved me. It moved my energy in two equal but opposing directions. My level of enjoyment was equaled by my level of disappointment. I had a strong emotional response. That emotional response imprinted a memory, and I can still feel an echo of those emotions when I think about the book now. In the same life, the experiences that are the most emotionally charged are the ones we remember the most. We don't always remember the surrounding events clearly, but the energy of those experiences is imprinted forever. That energetic imprint is triggered when you receive an event in the future that unconsciously reminds us of the past. And we will always act when emotion, energy in motion, moves us. There is another way of illustrating this too. How do you know something is true? It feels true, doesn't it? There is a congruence between the thoughts in your mind and the feeling in your body. I call this energetic alignment. And how do you know something is a lie? It feels like a lie. There is an incongruence between what you're hearing and what you're feeling in your body. I call this energetic conflict. With me, so far, sounds reasonable, doesn't it? But there is a catch. There is a reason certain things feel true and others feel like a lie. And it has almost nothing to do with absolutes and almost everything to do with imprinting. A child learns through watching other people's reactions, response, emotions, and behavior. As another person's energy moves, a child instinctively responds and it leaves an imprint. That imprint becomes their truth. It becomes a part of the child's normal. In essence, they've learned a model of the world by watching others model the world to them. This is the truth for every single one of us. What we've learned has become our truth. It's become what we believe absolutely. Why do we believe it? Because it feels true. There is an alignment between the thoughts in your head and the way we feel in your body, which is where life gets really interesting. Why? Firstly, because we each believe something different. We each have a different version of the truth. We each have an individual version of normal. My normal is different from yours, which is different from your partner's, parents, children's, friends, and so on. People with a similar version of normal feel right to us, whereas people with a very different version of normal feel looks wrong to us. Indeed, we are attracted to some people and repelled by others. There is either an energy match or an energy mismatch. When something feels right, you will embrace it. When something feels wrong, you will reject it. Secondly, what we believe to be true is guiding our lives, or to put it more strongly, driving our lives. The way we feel about something determines what we will see, how we will react, respond, or behave, and the choices we will make. This is our way of creating our experience of life. That's why changing your thought is not enough. Your thoughts are simply a projection of what you already know to be true. When you try to convince yourself that something else is true, it feels like a lie. How do you know something is true? There is an alignment between what you hear, the thoughts in your mind, and the feeling in your body. And how do you know something is a lie? There is a conflict between what you hear, the thought in your head, and how you're feeling in your body. That alignment or conflict is a result of instinctive learning through emotional imprints, and it's unconscious, and it's foundation of your life. Reality, therefore, is nothing more than ever-looping series of personal truth made manifest through the power of energetic alignment. Indeed, your life will always reflect what you are, what you unconsciously know to be true. Your life is going brilliantly well. You can stop reading now. You're already energetically aligned with what you want. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if your life doesn't look the way you want it to, then you might want to keep reading because chances are, at least, some of what you unconsciously know to be truth is not the truth at all. Perhaps it's just a lie in disguise. Everything you know about life has been imprinted by others. Your parents, your teachers, your peers, and your society. Some of what you know has come from conscious learning. Lessons taught in school, how to drive a car, or how to use an app, or all examples of conscious learning. This is this type of learning is easy for you to access and simple to alter as new facts to come light. But most of what you know has been unconsciously learned. You've learned by unconsciously absorbing other people's truth through the imprint of emotion. You've learned a lot through reward and punishment. When you behave in a way that pleases others, you get a reward. It might be a smile, a hug, a compliment, or some sort of certificate or gift. When you behave in a way that displeases others, you get a punishment. It might be a frown, a cold shoulder, a telling off, or you may have something taken away from us. Although you may not always comply with others' expectation, you nonetheless learn what's acceptable and what's not. But you always learn by feeling other people's emotion around situations that do not directly involve you. You've learned about love, or more specifically, what love looks and feels like. You've absorbed people's opinion and judgment of others, and they may have become a measure of how you choose a partner, how you choose your friends, or how you love yourself. You've learned about money, or specifically how easy or hard is it to come by. You've absorbed people's opinion and judgment about the poor, the rich, and those in between. Those opinions may have become a measure for your career choices, how you value money, or how you value yourself. You've learned about food, exercise, humor, how to think, and how to act, who to be, and the difference between right and wrong by the way others respond to everything that happens around them. Slowly and subtly, you've learned the unconscious truth that are currently manifesting in your life. Not through what people have told you, but through what people have shown you. Their responses, actions, and emotions have left deep imprints that are driving your life today. It's not enough to change your thoughts. You haven't learned through thinking, you've learned through feeling. You've learned through emotion. Energy in motion. When something feels right, you will embrace it. When something feels wrong, you will reject it. The only way to replace the unconscious lies that currently feel like the truth is to release the energetic imprint of them. This creates space to learn new truth, to imprint a new truth through feeling. You cannot change your life by changing your thoughts by force. You will only create conflict. Your reality will automatically and effortlessly shift when your energetic alignment shifts. Thank you for listening. If you liked this podcast, please click on the link below to get an audiobook of 7 minutes to introduce you to the law of attraction. It was Greg from the channel Reabundance. Thank you and goodbye.